Hello students, today in this video I, Mahi, would be going to explain the topic cell structure and its function. You have already learned that things around us are either living or non-living. Different sets of organs perform the various function. In this lecture you shall learn about the basic structural unit of an organ, which is the cell. Before coming to the topic that what cell is, let me tell you a short story about who discovered the cell and how. Robert Hooke in 1665 observed slices of cork under a simple magnifying device. Cork is a part of bark of a tree. He took thin slices of cork and observed them under a microscope. He noticed boxes or compartments in the cork slice. These boxes appeared like a honeycomb. He also noticed that one box was separated from the other by a wall or partition, and Hooke coined the term cell for each box. What he observed as boxes or cell in the cork were actually dead cells. Now, what is cell? The cell. Cell is the smallest living unit in the world. They are the building block of organism and also capable of performing all the function of living organism. Both bricks in a building and cells in living organism are basic structural unit. The buildings, though built of similar bricks, have different design, shape and size. Similarly, in the living world, organisms differ from one another, but all are made up of cells. Cells in a living organism are complex living structure, unlike non-living bricks. The egg of a hen represents a single cell and is big enough to be seen by unaided eye. Cells are of different shape and size. Their organs also vary in shape, size and number of cell. On the basis of number of cell, we can divide cell in two parts, unicellular and multicellular. Uni means one and multi means many. Unicellular. Organisms that are made up of a single cell, and the single celled organisms are known as unicellular organism. Multicellular organisms are made up of more than one cell and they are known as multicellular organism. The example of unicellular organism are paramecium, amoeba, bacteria, yeast. The example of multicellular organism are insect, human body and plant body. You all can easily distinguish between plants and animals by their function they perform. Now let's see what is the difference in their formation of cell. Difference between plant cell and animal cell are: plant cell are usually larger in size than animal cell. Animal cell are comparatively smaller than plant cell. Coming to cell wall is always present in plant cell but not found in animal cell. In plant cell, vacuoles are large, but in animal cell they are very small. We can see plastids very easily in plant cell, but in animal cell we can't see plastids except for euglena. Plastids could not be seen in animal cell. Now coming to the composition of cell, there are four main parts of cell. The first main part of cell is cell membrane. Cell membrane is a porous outer covering of cell which separates one cell from another cell and allows the movement and exchange of material. The second part of cell is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is just like a jelly-like substance and it is present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. It also contains the smaller parts of a cell known as organelles, which are mitochondria, Golgi bodies and ribosomes, etc. You will learn about them in later classes. The third part of cell is cell wall. The additional layer outside the cell membrane. The function of cell wall is to provide structure, support and protection. The last and most important part of a cell is nucleus. Nucleus is an important component of living cell. It is generally spherical structure and located in the center of cell. It can be stained and seen easily with the help of a microscope. Without the help of microscope, this is not easily seen. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane and that membrane is known as nuclear membrane. This membrane is also porous and allows the movement of material between the cytoplasm and inside the nucleus. Now the function of nucleus is it acts as a control center of activities of cell like growth and reproduction. Nucleus, in addition to its role in inheritance, that is stores genes which are responsible for transfer of characteristics from parents to offsprings. The four main parts of nucleus are nuclear membrane, nucleolus, chromosomes and nuclear pores. Nuclear membrane is the membrane by which nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane, and that membrane is known as nuclear membrane. This membrane is also porous. Now, chromosomes. Chromosomes are the thread-like structure which carries genes, and these genes are the inheritance that controls the transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring. Nucleus. Nucleus plays an important role in making protein and their transportation. The spherical and smaller body in the nucleus is known as nucleolus, and we can see nucleolus with the help of a microscope of higher magnification. Nuclear pores. Nuclear pores are the small pores inside the nucleus. They are the protein channel and control what enter and exit the nucleus. Now, cells can be categorized into eukaryotes and prokaryotes depending on the presence of a well-defined nucleus. Now, what is eukaryotic and what is prokaryotic? Eukaryotic means eu means new and karyon means nucleus. Prokaryotic. Pro means primitive or old and karyon means nucleus. Eukaryotic cells have a well-defined nucleus with a cell membrane or nuclear membrane. Prokaryotic cells do not have a well-defined nucleus, so that they don't have a nuclear membrane. Now, coming to prokaryotic, most of them are unicellular organisms and there is no nuclear membrane present, so the nucleus is poorly defined. Not all the cell organelles are present in prokaryotic. Nucleolus is absent, and the example of these type of organisms are blue-green algae, bacteria. And eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means most of them are multicellular and there is no nuclear membrane, so the nucleus is well defined. All the cell organelles are present. Nucleolus is present in this type of organism, and the example of these are plants, animals, cell and fungi. Now, what you can see on the screen is all about the organization of cells in a multicellular organism. First of all is cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. When these cells are combined, a tissue is made. Tissue is a group of similar cells that work together to perform a task. And organs. Organs, when multiple tissue working together to perform a specific function, organ is made. Organ system is the system when different organs work together to perform a special task. Organism. Organism, when various organ systems makes an organism. Cells are not always spherical or cuboidal. They have different shapes that help carry out the function they perform. Let's take a look at the shape and function of a few different cells. The few different cells are red blood cell, white blood cell, muscle cell and nerve cell. Red blood cell, RBC. The structure of RBC is flexible and disc shaped. They does not contain nucleus. The function of RBC is they carries oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood, and the absence of nucleus increase the amount of oxygen in the cell they carries. The size of red blood cell is 0.6 micrometer. White blood cell, WBC. The structure of WBC is flexible just like red blood cell, and they have irregular shape. They contains nucleus unlike the RBC. The function of WBC is they helps to fight the disease and infection. They are very flexible, which help the cell move easily in blood vessels. The size of white blood cell is comparatively larger than RBC, that is 15 micrometer. Muscle cell. The structure of muscle cell is they are cylindrical and long. They are always found in bundles. The function of muscle cell is they contracts and relaxes when a body part moves. Their size is comparatively very large in all the cells. The size is 30 to 200 micrometer. This can vary time to time. The nerve cell. Nerve cell structure is they are long and thin. They have cell body and long nerve fiber. The function of nerve cell is they transmit signal to different parts of the body. The size of nerve cell varies from 10 to 25 micrometer. And there is an amazing fact about nerve cell. There are approximately 86 billion nerve cells alone in the human body. Let's have a quick glance what we have learned from this chapter. What is the cell? The first term was cell. The cell. The cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Cell membrane. Cell membrane is the outer layer of the cell that controls what enters and exits the cell. Nucleus. Nucleus is the control center of cell where genes are responsible for the transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring and that are stored. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid that gives the cell its shape. Cell wall. Cell wall is an additional layer outside the cell membrane in a plant cell. Plastids. Plastids contains chloroplast which helps with photosynthesis. Chromosomes. These are the thread-like structure that carries genes. Eukaryotes. Eukaryotes are the cells that have a well-defined nucleus with a nuclear membrane. Prokaryotic cells are the type of cell that does not have a well-defined nucleus, so they do not have a nuclear membrane. Vacuoles. In the last, vacuoles are these are the sac-like structure that store material and help in waste removal and digestion. So this was all about cell structure and its function. If you have any doubt or query, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to channel M Sandhu.